I want to go talk about our Talk Heathen to Me segment. And to do that, let's bring in our guest host this week, Kelley Laughlin. Kelley, how you doing today?
Yep, it's me, the amazing, stupendous, wonderful Kelley.
That's right. Exactly.
That, Jimmy?
That was good,
Jimmy? All right, cool.
Yeah, I had to. We got on to Kelley for constantly using self-deprecating humor, and we're like, dude, be a little bit more supportive of yourself. And so that was wonderful.
Thanks.
Yep, that was awesome. That was awesome.
So, moving on. Last week, we asked you, finish the joke. 3 wise men walk into a stable, and here are our top 3 answers. Johnny and Katie had a really, really hard time choosing because there was a lot of awesome answers. That said, here are the 3 that we actually chose. Number 3, Godwin7 says, 3 wise men walk into a stable and said, do you understand how challenging it is to follow a star up in the sky and then stop directly beneath it?
It's got a point.
Yeah,
I'm glad they were pointing out the inconsistencies in the Bible when the Bible was being written or before it. You know, just how ridiculous does this sound? Oh.
And number 2 from Fur, P-H-E-R, 3 wise men walk into a stable and they saw 3 wise women that had already arrived, presenting gifts of diapers, formula, and casseroles.
That's good.
Touche.
That is good. We actually bring the stuff that they need, right? And our number 1 answer comes from Colin Matz, and it's 3 wise men walk into a stable, and the author says, I said a fable. And the prompt for next week, this is going to be a good one. What exactly did God think Adam needed help with? How about you guys? You got answers? I got a pretty good one. Jimmy, we'll start with you.
Yeah. Have you guys ever heard the saying, 3-leaf shiny, don't wipe your hiney? So I think Adam was the first recipient of poison ivy when using the bathroom. And so God probably recognized, oops, I didn't give him instructions on that. And I hear that saying comes directly from Genesis. It might have been removed at the Council of Nicaea, but
I think it was a translation issue, and it's just a big, it was a big deal, and so they just decided to drop it, I guess.
Yeah, but it's funny, Kelley. When you were on Truth Wanted the other night, were you guys talking about how Adam was created, right? But he was created. And he looked like he was 20 years old, but he was really only a few minutes old. He probably needed a lot of instructions with a lot of things, right? So I don't know.
Scott, what's your answer?
I think that God created Eve because Adam needed help loading the dishwasher correctly. I think that he just couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. And God was like, fine. Go show him how to do it. So that's what I think was the deal.
Well, I thought the obvious answer was that Adam needed God to help him beat women. But my second,
did you help him beat women or to meet women?
to meet women.
Okay, all right.
Right? To meet. Sorry if I said that wrong. And then my second answer, kind of Jimmy already got it, and it was he needed help learning what the difference between a fig leaf and a poison ivy leaf. So
you don't want to mix that one up.
Yeah.
Say, before we move on, though, I had an answer for the previous week's one, so I want to throw that in there. I know I'm too late to be part of the official judging, but so finish the joke. 3 wise men walk into a stable genius, and they are immediately fired, arrested, and deported back to the East. So that was my take on that one. Slightly different, slightly off skew on that one, but
I'm surprised I didn't hear 3 wise men walk into a bar and say, or whatever it was, a stable, and say, can I have a minute to talk to you about your car insurance? Or we've been trying to talk to you. We've been trying to reach you about your car insurance.
Just 15 minutes can save you money. All right. Well, thanks a lot, Kelley. I think we'll bring Kelley back in the show later on, but for now, we'll set him off to the side there. Thanks, Kelley.